Welcome back to the Fire Emblem Fates Revelation blind run. Last time we went to the desert and recruited Shiro with weird fluoro purple hair that I wasn't really expecting it to be that light. This time we're going to be moving on with the main story. Guess you could say we'll be moving forward, except we've passed that chapter by now. And I actually went ahead and grinded a few supports. I made sure to do it in skirmishes where I wouldn't gain much experience, though I did get one level up out of it. But I went to grind a few supports after the last part because there were a few that I wanted to show here, and I didn't want this to be too short of an episode. Huh.
Let's see.
Oh, I thought it was Niles for a second there. Asma and Niles would be quite an amusing support, but, yeah. They cannot.
Yes!
I thought that was Leo for a second there. Yeah, in fact, it might be a good idea to confiscate Gunter's potion at this point, because, yeah, he can't support, and that doesn't bode well. Yeah, I've got my eye on you, Gunter. It's just way too suspicious that he can't support with anyone. And that is everyone we can talk to. Might as well go to this temple again. Maybe I could give her some speed this time. All of her other stats are pretty bad, although I still find it weird that she has such a high strength stat despite the fact that it does literally nothing. Not quite as weird as, in Path of Radiance, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but in Path of Radiance, Rayson, who's basically your dancer unit for that game, for some reason his skill growth is absurdly high, and he's almost guaranteed to max out the skill stat, despite the fact that it does literally nothing to him because he can't fight, so skill is completely useless to him as a stat, and yet it just ends up being really high for him. I think that happened with another dancer in the series too. I think I remember once having, I think it was like either Ninian or Teddy's max skill. Someone did, and these were in the games where dancers couldn't fight, so... Anyway, I've got no idea what to expect from the next chapter, so I'll just go for resistance and defense. I'm not sure how good Nyx is at cooking.
How very annoying. Phew, with age comes wisdom.
Apparently with age comes blowing up ovens. Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna hold off on that. Not sure if that was a random one, or if that was just Nyx is actually one of the bad cooks. Wouldn't have thought that, but anyway.
Let's have fun!
Okay, now Hana can actually do stuff in the arena. I still like how that flag looks on Laszlo. That was his birthday present, actually. The main reason for that was I didn't want to give him the Emblem shield as a birthday present because the birthday gift quote overrides the unique quote that he'd have for the Emblem shield, and I want to see if I can get his unique Emblem shield quote on camera at some point. But anyway, what am I going to bet here? How about some rice? And... I might regret this, but let's go with Made of Glass. Great night, really?
I won't let you down.
Well...
Not over yet.
She's got quite a bit of evasion here, but if she gets unlucky, she's gone.
With all my strength!
Okay, there we go.
This fight is over!
I'm almost wondering if there's a point to, I mean, I probably don't even need to back out here because she's gonna die in one hit to just about everything anyway. And if it's a Wyvern Lord, as long as they're not using Lancers, she'll probably have an alright evade rate. But that's actually even higher than the last thing, which didn't have a weapon triangle's advantage. So this could go bad.
How about a two?
Not yet. Okay, she's actually dodging. And that is really good. Crit again? Oh, okay. If she crit once more, that would have been amazing. Oh, well, at least you can see how well she's been doing after I grinded her off camera. Spearmaster. No, I'm not going to push my luck. And with that, it is once again, feels so soon after the last time, face time. And it is actually face time! Let us touch your ear! Ear touch! And once again, off-screen Bond. Okay, let's see who can fight today. Oboro, Kiraki... It's time actually Kiraki. I was just talking about how last time how Ignatius looks really weird here. I haven't seen brown-haired Midori here before in this run. Yeah, well, as long as it's not Gunther's medicine.
Let me know if you ever feel sick. I'll mix you up some medicine.
And your hair is now perfectly camouflaged with your backpack. Which you don't wear anymore. Well, actually, wait, I think she does wear the backpack now because she's a merchant in this file. Now, it's finally time to find out why I was saying that I was grinding supports. That's because I decided to make this episode the cousin supports episode. I wanted to start as many cousin supports as I can, so I grinded up Forrest and Sigbert, and I got Forrest and... Wait, did I get it? Actually, no, I got Sigbert... Shiro and Kiraki naturally from the last chapter, but I also grinded Forrest and Kiraki, and now I have Sigbert and Shiro, which I also grinded, so yeah, I have some cousin supports to do. But first we have the standard pair. Also, I got Kamui and Forrest. I thought at one point that I'd actually got this on my Conquest run before. I checked the records hall, and I didn't, so thankfully I didn't decide to skip this because, yeah, it's actually completely new. Now, speaking of completely new, this is not completely new. And I wonder just how this is going to be different with Camilla, because this was kind of bizarre with Rinka. I felt like Rinka was a little out of character in this, so I'm interested to see how Camilla is. Actually, Camilla's hair is a lot paler of a purple than I remember it being. So that colour really worked on Nina, but on Shiro it looks incredibly weird. Yeah, all the few minutes that you spent growing up. Yes, there are a lot of things Camilla would like to do. It's pretty similar overall. Yes, he does, and if you had any idea of how you would probably require brain bleach, because this is Camilla we're talking about. And thank Naga, I know the proof this case is just love letter, although I dread to think what love letters from Camilla would look like. Yeah. Anyway, I guess I can go for this first. And this is pretty much an exact copy of what Kanji did on Operation Babe Hunt 2.0. Okay, so, Forrest, here's the thing you need to get used to about the leader of this army. He likes faces. It is normal for him to stare at your face intently. He does that. It's also normal for him to want to touch your face, and you're gonna have to get used to that, unfortunately. So, yeah, first thing that comes to my head here is, this may sound weird, but can I touch your face? Huh. So yeah, that solves that issue. Yeah, probably. Especially if it's Soleil. Yeah, so that's kind of, I don't know, kind of interesting. But yes, what Kamui really wanted to ask was, can I touch your face? And let's just ignore that for the time being. And while we're on the subject of Forest, I guess we could do his first. Yeah, I just grinded for both of these, so the cross-cultural one or the standard one? Let's go for the standard one first. So this one can happen regardless of route, but the other one is Revelation exclusive. And these two are always cousins, so this support is written to take that into account, whereas the other two are only cousins on this file. Well, considering they were in separate Deep Realms... Oh, right. Well, granted, he did get kidnapped the last time he ran off on his own. Yeah, so, of course, they're taking into account the fact they're cousins. I wonder if the other support's going to change too. They're probably not going to. But honestly, he doesn't really need much looking after. He's pretty strong defensively. At least by Troubadour standards. So that's a pretty nice support. Now this one. I've heard kind of interesting things about this one. Especially one that's your cousin. So yeah, this support is obviously not going to take into account the fact they're cousins. Well, yeah, they're not really approaching the age when they need to think about ruling just yet. And, well, Shiro is, but his father's not allowing him to think about ruling just yet. Well, yeah, why are his colours inverted from Takumi's? That's not exactly something you say to someone you're meeting for the first time. At least Forrest isn't nearly as much of a jerk as that random fashion lady you can sometimes run into in the battle... Not Maison, the Battle Chateau in X and Y, who's like, oh, did you get your clothes out of a dumpster or something? Yeah, everyone loves beating up them. Who was it who was listed as having the worst bedhead in the army? I know someone has that as their actual profile quote. Well, because he goes out hunting all the time, and, yeah. That is true. Very true. Also, this conversation would be so ironic if this was my birthright Kiraki, whose mother is a Boro, and thus would be equally concerned about him not being fashionable. Yeah, that would... I can't exactly see Forrest doing that. Yeah! Another kind of stealth insult. Okay, I've heard their B support is very, very good, because it actually describes their hunting trip, and it's apparently amazing. But anyway, now we have Shiro's two supports here. Shiro and Kiragi, and Shiro and Sigbert. So this one I got naturally over the last chapter, so I'll start with this one. Yeah, so the last person that Kiragi ran into made fun of his hair. Let's hope that you don't. Although I think Shiro gets a lot of people making fun of his hair at this point. Huh. Kiragi, don't use it for target practice. Well, I guess he's probably good at tracking. Hunter's Market! And there's my Critical Role fanboyism kicking in again. Yeah, you see, archers are pretty much trained to know when a tiny speck on the horizon is a Pegasus. Divine bovine. That's a weird, weird expletive, but you still don't beat Marsha in that regard from Path of Radiance. Yeah, having really good vision would help if you're an archer. Yeah, you've already got one hunting trip planned with a cousin. How about you bring Spear Ike along, and then things will get really crazy. And now this one, which is probably interesting. Also, yeah, so Siegbert did level up once in the last one because his experience was like 90 or something, so even though he was getting 1 experience from every enemy, he still got a level up. But yeah, in fact, overall stat-wise, he's very similar to Shiro. Does this matter how appropriate your hair colors are to you? Yeah, so, let's hope things don't go the way your father's did, because that would not end well for the whole world. Definitely, but it's gonna help in the future. Okay, are they gonna fight now? I was kind of looking forward to this support, but their clashing personalities are kind of interesting to see. Yeah, I knew it. So... when your fathers didn't talk things out rationally, the entire world was almost destroyed as per Nunkos's plan. This is not going to end well. I actually think they'd be pretty evenly matched. So with that, that's actually all the supports we can do. So I hope you enjoyed this little cousin support session, and... actually, how much gold do I have?
Welcome.
I've got a fair amount, but...
Thank you for stopping by.
I'm not sure if I really need any new weapons as a major priority at this point. So, let's go out, and, I have a suspicion as to who we might be fighting here. And if it is, this is going to be really, really painful. I have a feeling that we're going into back-to-back zombie bosses. So, yeah.